Hey everybody, welcome to the Game Plan. My name's Lorenzo. Today we're going to be talking about a gentleman named Dan Smoot. He's going to be speaking on the Republic, not a democracy, of being in the United States of America. A little bit of background on Dan Smoot. Actually, his name was Howard Smoot, known as Dan Smoot. Born in 1913 and passed in 2003. He was a FBI agent and a conservative political commentator. From 1956 to 1971, he published the Dan Smoot Report, which was a weekly newsletter and a radio program. I came across this on the internet, reacting to somebody reacting to him, and I really like what he broke down on what democracy means in this country, and I wanted to share it with you guys. Let's hear what he has to say.
A constitutional republic, not a democracy. The ideal of a democracy is universal equality. The ideal of a constitutional republic is individual liberty. A democracy always degenerates into dictatorship, which promises government-guaranteed equality and security, but it delivers nothing but poverty and serfdom for the people it robs and rules. America was founded as a constitutional republic to safeguard the liberties of the people against the tyranny of democracy or of one-man dictatorship. In this century, great strides have been made toward the goal of subverting our republic into a democracy. The foremost tactic of the subverters is subversion of language. By calling America a democracy until people thoughtlessly accept and use the term, the totalitarians have obscured the real meaning of our principles of government. That is a summary of my report on a constitutional republic, not a democracy. The full report after a message from my sponsor.
I believe the summary breaks it down perfectly in this video. If you guys choose to watch the entire video of what he speaks on, you can click it on the link below in the description. So people understand the difference between democracy and constitutional republic. The key differences is while both systems involve popular sovereignty, power residing with the people, the key difference lies in the limitation of power. A constitutional republic places greater emphasis on constitutional limits on government power to protect individual and minority rights, even from the will of the majority. Many countries today, like the US, are considered both democracies and constitutional republics, reflecting the blend of popular participation and constitutional constraints. The US is specifically a constitutional federal republic with both national and state governments operating under constitutional limitations. So at its core, democracy alone means rule of the people. Historically, this referred to direct participation in decision-making as seen in ancient Athens, where eligible citizens directly voted on laws and policies. In modern times, representative democracies are more common, where citizens elect representatives to make decisions on their behalf. Constitutional republic is a system where the head of state is not a monarch but typically an elected or nominated official, often a president. Constitutional republic is a type of republic where the government's powers are limited by a written constitution. The Constitution establishes the framework of government, outlining the powers and responsibilities of different branches, executive, legislative, judicial, and how they interact. Separation of powers, checks and balances. Citizens participate by electing representatives who operate within the constitutional framework. So this is why I lean more towards the Republicans, because they emphasize more about this country being a constitutional republic rather than a democracy, because the Democrats that preach democracy are preaching it in a way where they want to have full control of everything Americans do. I mean, you've heard of Kamala Harris back in the day speak on getting rid of guns for everybody in the country, or having, what did she say? Going into people's home to making sure that you know how to use your gun. Like, no, you don't have the right to do that. Our government should not have the right to just come into my home and check to see if I have guns and see if I know how to use them well or effectively. That's not your responsibility. It's my own responsibility to go out there to ensure that I know how to properly use my weapon in times of defense of myself against other people that are trying to injure or damage, kill me or my family, or if I need to use it in case the government decides to rise against the people and force us to do things that are unjust or unlawful. So that's why I encourage people to really do a little bit more homework into reading things about the way our government system is in this country, and why a lot of people don't agree with certain things this government does. But not everybody in this country is going to be 100% on liking what the government does for the majority of the people. So that's why they encourage everybody and always press it. Every time an election comes up, you got to vote. But we need to stop telling people to vote. We need to start telling people to educate themselves on who they're voting for. What are their policies? Break down. Okay, you have two people that are running for president of the United States. What policies do they have? Make a list under each person's name. Okay, I agree with the majority of this person's views on how to run this country, and it would be beneficial for myself and my family. I'm going to vote for this particular person. Nowadays, in 2025, these past couple elections, a lot of people don't educate themselves, and they go off of, that person said this a couple years ago. I don't like that he said that, so I'm going to vote for the other person. And then they vote for that other person, and then come to find out once they get elected, you're like, well, I don't like this person that I voted for because they're doing a lot of things that I don't agree with. Well, that's because you didn't do yourself a favor and educated yourself before the election to have an actual valid vote in the way you believe this country should be ran during that person's presidency. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comments below. Like and subscribe. I would appreciate it. Till next time, peace out, everybody.